Yema. So, good morning, one and all. Yeah. So, the importance of this particular session regarding regarding super 50 questions, super 50 questions regarding auditing point of view under CMA interlevel itself. So, totally we have three modules with us. If you divide entire CMA inter auditing, three parts. Module 1, Module 2 and Module 3. These two equal percentages you have 10% and 10% weightage only, and this one you have 30 percentage weightage itself. Here only we will cover company audit, and these are all areas we will focus more in related to this particular content. And I will explain you detail by detail basis under module 1 which of the things we are supposed to cover. Means which of the questions you are supposed to concentrate more. The first point you need to focus is objectives of auditor or audit. This is the first question you need to focus under module 1 point of view. And the next if you want to go with the next one, scope of auditing. Scope of auditing. Next, significance of audit, or you may be also call it as advantages of audit, also you can call it as. Next, basic principles governing an audit. This is also another important question. If you remember, integrity, objectivity, confidentiality, skills and competence, independency, documentation, planning, audit evidence, audit systems, accounting system and internal controls, and audit conclusions and reporting. These are all parts will covered under basic principles governing an audit point of view. And the another important question, inherent limitations. Inherent limitations of audit. Next, auditing versus investigation. Auditing versus investigation itself. Next, statutory audit versus non-statutory audit. Statutory audit versus non-statutory audit. Next, some of the short answers. some of the short questions I am defining you right now under module 1 point of view. Continuous audit, final audit, next partial audit, next if you want to go with operational audit, proprietary audit, performance audit. These are all in MCQs also, they may be focused, sir. That's the reason. Secretarial audit, these are all short questions you are supposed to focus on. And next, if it comes to standards point of view, they are not asking frequently, sir, but you don't want to take risk if you are little struggling with the corporate accounting point of view. In case if you are not good at problematic part like accounting or costing or financial accounting or corporate accounting, so if you are not even financial management, if you are very good at theory, then don't take risks, sir. Even focus on these two questions also under unit 1 point of view, under module 1 point of view. Yeah, what is that? Standards on auditing and their purpose. Standards on auditing and their purpose. Next, procedure for issue of standards on auditing. Procedure for issue of standards on auditing. Sir, who want to secure more than 35 in auditing, those people try to focus on these two questions also. Next, Nana. Letter of engagement, and give star mark to this question, and I will tell you star marks questions also. Significance, basic principles, inherent limitations. Next, letter of engagement itself. Yeah. Next, Nana. Audit documentation. Next one, audit documentation itself. So there you try to focus on the important points, some another things. Audit working papers. Under documentation point of view. Audit notebook. Third one. Types of audit files, that is permanent audit file, temporary audit file. Temporary another name, that is permanent audit file, current audit file we are supposed to check. This is under documentation, you need to focus. Next, sir. audit evidence. Under that, learn types of audit evidence, methods to obtain audit evidence, sufficient and appropriate audit evidence meaning, then reliability. These are the areas you are supposed to focus under if you want to go with audit evidence point of view. What is the meaning of audit evidence? Types of audit evidences, methods to obtain the audit evidence, relevance and reliability of audit evidence. Yeah, some of the situations people maybe try to use another question also. Try to concentrate this question as well as various audit techniques followed by auditor. Yeah, various audit techniques followed by the auditor, like test checking, routine checking, audit in depth. Yeah, here if you want to check with the classification of these things, first go with routine checking, test checking, audit in depth. Yeah, surprise checking, cutoff examination. Especially focus on audit in depth, test checking, cutoff examination. Focus on these areas much now. Okay. Audit documentation already I told you, sir. Permanent audit file, current audit file, differences also, audit notebook also. Next, if you go with audit program, advantages, disadvantages itself. The most wanted question under audit program point of view. Next, audit materiality. Even standard numbers also try to remember in MCQs wise they will focus. Here also SA 500, here also SA 230. Yeah, try to remember the standard names also, because they may be ask you under MCQs point of view these contents. If you go with internal control point of view, what is meant by audit risk and components of audit risk. Components of audit risk. like inherent risk, control risk, detection risk. And if you remember, inherent risk and control risk combiningly, we are calling it as risk of material misstatements. If it is in higher manner, you need to maintain your detection risk under lower level. When or why detection risk will coming into the picture, Nana? If you are as an auditor, whatever the procedures selected by you, if they are failed to identify the misstatements from time to time basis, or if you are failed to gather sufficient and appropriate audit evidences, that situation, that is failure on the part of audit procedures selected by the auditor, that will be considered as a detection risk itself. So concentrate on that area also much. Next, Nana. Elements of internal control, focus on that point. Limitations of internal control system, the most wanted question under internal control chapter. Next, techniques for evaluation of internal control system by the auditor, like in narrative records, so checklist, to internal control questionnaire, so flow chart, to all these especially focus on internal control questionnaire and checklist regarding questions wise. MCQ wise, they may be focused on narrative record and diagrams, flow charts. This is regarding MCQ wise important. This is regarding descriptive point of view important question. Checklist and ICQ differences also they may be ask you. Okay. Next, characteristics of internal check, that is also an important one. Next, audit, that is about internal audit. Most wanted question, sir. Give star mark for this question. Means, what is the meaning of internal audit and what is the applicability of internal audit? Who can be appointed as an internal auditor and what is the objective and scope of internal audit? These are all areas we are supposed to cover. And remember, section 138 of the Companies Act point of view, we will follow all these things. Next, scope and functions of internal audit function also important. Yeah, even add here advantages also. Scope of functions and advantages of internal audit function, that is also an important question. Yeah. So if you want to check with these things, try to apply this. Internal audit versus internal check versus internal control system. Yeah, internal check versus internal control system. Go through with that question also. That is also an important one. Next, risk based internal audit. Risk based internal audit, that is also an important one. And immediately you are supposed to learn advantages Next, traditional approach. Traditional versus risk based approach. The differences is also an important one. Next, Nana, internal financial control versus internal financial control reporting. Simply you can write down in summary part IFC versus FR. IFSC versus FR. Go with that part. Okay, that is also an important one. Simply next, if you want to go with the next points, methods of sampling. So that is the area you are supposed to focus more on, like non-statistical, statistical, under statistical, simple, stratified, systematic, monetary unit, multi-stage. These are all points you are supposed to concentrate under methods of sampling point of view. Next, analytical procedures. Meaning and nature, that is also another important part. Next, if you want to focus more, audit trials and complete part. What is the meaning? What are the benefits? And what are the statutory requirements under audit trial? Focus on all these points. So this is covered under module 1 point of view. Now we are moving to module 2, that is about company audit. That is about company audit, most important concept. First focus on disqualifications. They may be concentrate they in related to MCQ's point of view, this level. Yeah. Next, section 144, prohibited services. Focus on that part also. And next, ceiling limits. Yeah, how many audits you are allowed to accept? In case if it is including private companies, how many? Only public companies, how many? Which of the things are exempted while you are counting the ceiling limit point of view? Yeah, that is a point also focus more. Next, audit committee. Section 177. This area try to focus even on section numbers also, Nana. Next, appointment. First, subsequent. For government companies and non-government also, for both the cases. Yeah. casual vacancy, that is also you need to focus. Next, at the time of resignation by the auditor, what he need to perform? Simply duties. And remember in company audit, forms none, like form number ADT 1 to ADT 4. Try to remember all those 4 forms. So definitely they will ask you one MCQ regarding that. Okay. Powers of auditor, section 143. Section 143 subsection 12, that is regarding fraud. What is the auditor's responsibility regarding this? Okay. Section 143 subsection 3, that is also duties of auditor regarding reporting point of view. Regarding reporting point of view. Okay. And try to remember, this is regarding MCQ point of view. Non-compliance, section 147 of the Companies Act. If as an auditor you failed section number 139, section number 144, section number 145, what are the fines you are supposed to attracted? These are all points. Next, branch office accounts. Who can be the appointed as a branch auditor? Next, joint audit, SA 299, advantages, disadvantages of joint audit also, who will take the entire responsibility. And the next one, cost audit, section 148, focus on full concept of cost audit, sir. You don't want to skip any one particular point also. Completely focus on cost audit to forms, so applicability. So say they may be ask you MCQ, so they may be ask you, they may be ask you certain kind of things. So so MCQ level important too, as well as descriptive question point of view also important. Both the things, let's concentrate more on this area. Here also try to remember CRA 1 is regarding what? That is the record maintenance point of view. What is the applicability there? So to whom they need to communicate regarding that CRA 2. Like that, the forms also you have with you. Here also focus on these part of the particular things also. So try to read completely about completely about cost audit itself. Secretarial audit, MCQ wise they are asking more, sir. Secretarial audit, MCQ wise they are focusing more on this is than the descriptive question. NEFRA, almost all every attempt they are touching this question. NEFRA, give high priority question like cost audit. NEFRA, every time they are touching the question regarding NEFRA point of what are the functions, what they will monitor, and all these parts. So compulsory focus on NEFRA point of view. Next, if you come with audit report, their basic contents of audit report. Contents of audit report, that is an important one. Okay, so if you go with the next levels in related to that, unmodified versus modified, unmodified versus modified also. So under modified you have different types. Yeah, try to focus on those also. Qualified opinion, disclaimer of opinion, adverse opinion. These are all parts also focus. Yeah. Next, audit report versus certificate. Focus on that area also. Then Caro applicability, most wanted questions, sir. Under that they will focus on fixed assets, inventory. They may be focus on statutory dues, fraud, related party transactions, NBFCs, resignation of auditor. These are all areas focus much, Nana. Then if you go for coaching and verification point of view, try to focus on if you are good at your financial accounting and law part, sir, you can handle this chapter comfortably. So among that they can go with any question. We can't say exactly this is the area they will focus. They maybe go with advertisement expenses. They maybe ask you how you will do examination of depreciation and amortization itself. Finance cost, how you will do examination, how you will do examination of balance sheet items, profit and loss account items. Like that they maybe concentrate on anything. Majorly focus on audit of inventories, audit of inventories itself. And loans, how you will do audit of loans, trade receivables, trade payables, cash and cash equivalents, yeah, share capital, borrowings, like that. Yeah, you may be focused on these items. Next, if you go with certain items, audit of special items or special entities, if you consider, yeah, that is also an important point. Various entities. Audit of various entities. Under that, first to focus on educational institutions. Next to focus on hospital. Yeah. Next go with local self-governments like municipalities. That is the area you can focus. Next, audit of banks, you need to focus. Next, cooperative societies also you need to concentrate. Who will appoint the auditor for cooperative societies? Yeah, and what are the steps taken by the cooperative societies point of view audits? And if you go with certain miscellaneous concepts are there, sir. So grouping schedule, focus on that part. Next, focus on teaming and ladding. Teaming and ladding. Yeah, teaming and ladding. These are the areas they will focus more on. And especially try to highlight certain points. One is educational institutions, audit of banks, teaming and ladding, audit of inventories, trade receivables, borrowings, CARE, audit report versus certificate, modification versus unmodified things, cost audit, joint audit, fraud, appointments, section 144, disqualifications, forms already I told you, IFC versus IFSCFR, risk based internal audit. Internal audit also most wanted question, limitations of internal control system, proprietary audit to performance audit, audit working papers, audit notebook, contents of audit files, inherent limitations, basic principles governing an audit, advantages. These are all areas you are supposed to focus more on. Remaining also concentrate. I am not saying that to skip the entire part and only focus on this. If you are able to handle this much, I will assure you minimum 35 marks itself. Minimum 35 marks, and that too if you attended my sessions of audit. If you attended my sessions of audit and if you go through with these kind of questions and MCQs, I am damn sure if you go through with my session, 14 out of 14 MCQs you will get comfortably in audit. And that's the reason only I said out of 50, 14 marks MCQs you are scoring and 21 remaining 36 marks point of view. It's not a big deal, sir. That's the reason I said 35 marks is comfortably you can secure in related to audit point of view if you concentrate on these areas itself. And certain students are asking a few more doubts in related to the examination presentation point of view. So for that I will do one more video based on that, and I will release on that how to approach your examination time of 3 hours and how to utilize it wisely. And this part also I will make a particular video. And don't go away and please subscribe for RT, CA and CMA Guru channel and try to get all the informations regarding CMA and CA from time to time basis, and try to share with all your friends to the extent possible. Because of this you are not only the person to be benefited, the entire CA and CMA community need to be benefited. So I am expecting such a good supporting role from you, and I am expecting that, and I hope so you will continue with the same love and affection with me. I am expecting the same thing forever. Bye Nana, have a nice day.